Today is January 7th, 2017, and your dad's birthday's coming up. And for our family, it's extremely hard to figure out what to get him because he has everything, and you guys sell everything at Maverick, so if there's something he needs, he can get it himself. So I thought I would do a video, so thank you so much for taking the time today. So first question, what do you remember doing with your dad when you were little that is like one of your most favorite memories?
When we were going anywhere in Pana, we'd always take once we turned on to like the road to go home, I'd always hop in his lap and he'd let me steer going down the road. That's what I always remembered from Pana. Like, I don't remember much, but I always remember getting in his lap and driving, and we always went rock hunting. That was pretty fun.
What about holiday traditions, things like that you guys do, either when you were little, now?
We just always go to my grandma's, and we have Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter there every year. And then we'll go down and see Grandma Pat occasionally, and Grandma Irma. Mom makes monkey bread.
Really?
Yeah,
is that your
Christmas.
favorite?
Yeah, every Christmas she makes monkey bread.
In the morning or at night?
In the morning, and then we take it over to Grandma's, and then everybody eats it. This year I got my own though, since I moved out.
You got your own monkey bread for your house?
Yeah, she made my own.
That's cool. What do you think as far as your dad with regard to like spirituality and his relationship with God?
He has a pretty good relationship. I mean, he's taught me a lot about it. I mean, going to LSA, like I'm in it every day, and we always went to church on Sundays. Like, I haven't been to church in months, but we'd always go to church on Sundays, and Mom would always separate us because me and him would be messing with each other, and it was funny. It was pretty good.
Do you remember when you originally started playing baseball?
I do.
Did you like it?
No.
How come?
So my neighbor Scott was a catcher, and I always wanted to be a catcher then. So the first game, I was one of the few kids that could catch ball, so then they put me as catcher. And I hated it. I started crying, saying I never wanted to play baseball again. And Dad made me go back out there for another inning, and I still hated it. And then he told me to just change positions, and then I ended up liking it.
Really?
And I figured out I was good at it. So.
What position do you remember?
I have no
You
idea.
just didn't like catching.
I hated catching.
Do you still hate catching?
No, I'll do it now. It's not fun when you're little. But I'll catch if they need me to. But that's about it.
Did your dad always coach?
He didn't for like the first year. I don't think he coached because I was on this yellow team and they sucked. Then maybe there's 2 years he didn't coach, and then he was starting to be like the assistant coaches, and then he started, like, we got our own team together, and then he just, like, in middle school, I don't know if he helped coach in middle school, I don't remember, and then in high school he helped coach.
Did you like it that he was helping coach, or was it weird because he was your dad, or did it matter?
I mean, we didn't really talk. I told him not to talk to me during games. I didn't want to hear it. And, yeah, it didn't bother me at all. I mean, it's nice because I'd always hit him up for dinner on the way home. It's pretty good. What
are some of your favorite memories with your dad with regard to baseball? Would it be going to Cardinals games, or, you know, him coaching, or anything special that you remember specifically?
We'd always go to about 2 or 3 Cardinal games a year, and every time I went down there, we'd drive around where he grew up. It was pretty cool to, like, learn all the stuff that he did. I never told him that before. So it was actually pretty neat to see, like, where he grew up, and, like, I already know what hill they went sledding on, and where he used to shoot a BB gun at a sign. And it was pretty cool to see. My grandpa has the museum exhibit, and Dad actually stole some business cards from it. He said it was his barbershop business cards. That was pretty cool. And we'd always go see Grandma Pat on the way down there. And then now that Grandma Irma's down there, we'll stop and see her too. And then we'd always get to a game, and they always had these huge slushies that I liked. And every game he'd always make sure I got one.
Oh.
But then now they stopped selling them. So. And I think we only went to 1 Cardinal game this year. It's been, since we got older, we don't go as much, but it's always fun to go.
Do you have really good seats? I mean, is there anything?
When I was young, a guy took a baseball from me, and the usher came over and got me this Matt Holliday jersey that didn't fit, but I gave it to Mom, and then we became friends with him, and so we'd always get some decent seats, pretty good seats, and then later in the game we'd go. His name's Jerry. We'd go down there and he'd get us some better seats, and then we just ended up starting to buy seats in his section, so we didn't feel like we were taking advantage of them. It was pretty. I like going to Cardinal games. They're always fun. And then one year we went on my birthday, and it just so happened that day they had fireworks that day.
Oh my gosh.
So I got to watch the game. We got to go for free because one of our buddies had tickets, and then we got to see fireworks at the end of it.
That's
It
cool.
was pretty cool.
Do you know what year that was?
No idea. Couldn't drive.
You couldn't drive, so you were not
I was-
16 yet.
No, I was pretty young.
What about things like learning to ride a bike?
I do
you
not remember riding a bike.
Okay. Driving a car, who taught you to drive?
Well, Dad, every time me and Dad went golfing, I'd always drive the golf cart after we got past the clubhouse. So that's where I kind of learned how to drive using a golf cart and then steering when he'd take me down that road. And then the day I got my permit, he's the one who, we got it, and then he let me drive back to the school to get it. So he kind of taught me how to drive. And then Mom tried to teach me how to drive a stick shift, and I couldn't figure it out. And then Dad made me go from line to line in a parking lot. And that's how I learned how to drive a stick shift.
Cool.
And now he's about to co-sign for a Camaro, so that's stick shift, so it's a big old circle.
Do you feel like your dad has been extremely involved in your life and
Yes.
everything that you've done?
Yes.
More than your other friends, do you think?
That I didn't play like baseball with because he only missed, I think, like one game that I've ever played. And I had to tell him to stop coming to golf meets because when he was there he made me nervous and I'd start sucking and then we'd just get in a big old fight. So I was like, you gotta stop coming. But yeah, he's been very involved in my life. He's been through like every big decision I've had or every mistake I've had. So, yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Are you proud of your dad and his accomplishments?
I am. I'm not proud that he tells the same joke 16 times a day. Because, I mean, I hear it the first time. Then he calls people and tells it. When we go to lunch, he tells it. But I'm proud of him. It's pretty crazy how he started Maverick just with nothing, and now it's grown to what it is. And I plan on taking it over and hopefully make it bigger. And he's got a couple years left telling me what to do.
Just a couple.
Yeah, and then I'll be his boss before he knows it.
And so what about martial arts? I mean, are you proud of him with what he's done there? Have you really had an opportunity to see a whole lot of it? Or
I mean, I used to go when I was young. I mean, he'd always, after he won a tournament, he'd always come home and have the trophy and he'd fight me for it. And he'd always let me win. So I always had a big old stack of trophies that I said I won. And it's just, they were my dad's trophies, but I said I won them all. And then it's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not into it because it's just not an interest for me. But it's pretty cool, like the dedication he put towards it. And, like he's there every week teaching classes, and it took him 18 years or something like that to get his black belt. Like I wouldn't want to wait 18 years to get a belt. But it's pretty crazy how he waited 18 years for it. That's pretty cool.
do you feel like you talk about him and what he's done in business and going out and doing things with him, and you see him telling jokes and things like that? But do you also see how he is with people? Do you think that you've learned a lot?
Oh, I'm definitely a people person. Just like him. Like we're more alike than I care to admit. But yeah, we're definitely people persons. Like we talk to anybody. We never meet a stranger. Like I'll be standing in line, and Marissa will yell at me, "Hey, why are you talking to these people? You're gonna get a shot." And I was like, "Well, my dad talks to everybody. You have to talk to everybody if you're working Maverick, because you got to know everybody, what they need." And so I finally understand why he talks to everybody.
What do you think the best thing your dad has taught you about baseball?
Just never show your emotions. Like when you're mad, you can't let them know. When you're happy, you can't let them know. You just got to be calm the whole time. And then after the game, you can show your emotions if they're happy. If you have bad emotions, just try not to show them. It really makes you really think about how you act on the baseball field when you can't show your emotions. So that's pretty good thing that he taught me.
I think that probably would carry over into life too.
Yeah, just yeah, people. I don't show my emotions that often. And I think I learned it from baseball. Just hide them until you're done or by yourself. Or always put your glove to your mouth when you're about to cuss so nobody knows what you're saying. They can't read your lips.
That's good. What about the best thing he's taught you with regard to work so far? I know it's kind of a new thing, but...
Profits are better than wages. So, I mean, I work hourly, but I'll get a commission check for twice as much, and I worked 30 minutes for that, and I worked 30 hours for the hourly pay. And that you always just need to make sure you're on top of your customers. Like, make sure you have everything they need. If they have any questions, just make sure you know how to answer them all. Or just tell them you'll get back to them with the correct answer. And that's hard. It's not easy. I learned that. It's hard to get new customers, but once you get a customer, they'll refer you. That's how he got a lot of his business, just referrals. Or somebody leaves and they take them with them. And I've started to get a few referrals myself, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like the commission. The 1st and 15th are my least favorite and most favorite days of the week.
Why are they the least favorite?
Well, rent's due on the 1st and car payment now is due on the 15th. But if I get commission, then it's like I haven't paid commission, or I haven't paid rent in my house for 5 months because my commission checks have covered it.
Awesome.
So I like commission. I'm glad that he taught me how to make the money instead of just sit there and do what everybody tells you to do the whole time.
That's good. What about the best thing he's taught you about spirituality, about God?
God's always right, and that he has a plan for us, and no matter what we try to do, it's going to be in whatever God wants us to do, and how our lives turns out. We can't control it. It's just whatever happens, happens. That I should probably go to church more often.
All right, and last one about this anyway. What's the best thing your dad has taught you about home or relationships, personal relationships?
Just always do what you say you're gonna do. I've said a few things and did a few other different things, but you just always need to make sure if you say something that you're gonna do it and do it, be there on time. And if you're committed to something, just stick it out until the end. And there's a lot of little things that he's taught me that I don't even realize he's taught me. It's just how I am now. But him and Mom were just teaching me from a young age the correct way to act and how to treat a woman and all these other things that I don't even realize.
So, do you know how much he loves you and that you are his favorite subject?
I do. People tell me he talks about me all the time. And once I know he loves me. I mean, we butt heads a lot, but I think it's just because we're alike. And at the end of the day, I don't care how big of a fight we had. He's my dad, and I love him, and I know that he's gonna love me no matter what happens.
That's good. Do you know he would die to protect you and your mom?
I do.
He told my parents that he writes you these yearly letters.
Yes, he does. I haven't read this one yet because it's in the car and the car's in the shop. So I'm slacking a little bit this year, Dad. But I never read them on Christmas. He writes them to me every Christmas. And it takes me about a week or two to read them. I just set them aside, and then he asks me every day. So, like, while I lived at home, did you read the letter yet? And I'll be like, nope, not yet. Then one day he'll come up to me, did you read it? And I was like, yep, and I thank him for it. And we hug it out.
So they mean something to you?
They do. I think it's pretty cool. Like, when I get older, I think they'll mean more to me. And I think I'd like to do the same thing for my kids. Just write them a letter every year from when they're born and just tell them how proud I am of them. That's what he does to me. And it's just pretty cool.
Okay, so your trip to Florida just recently, did you have some good memories there?
We all went out to eat. It was a good time. We sat at the beach. It was pretty fun. I think he liked parasailing more than he said he did. Him and Mom went, and I really enjoyed this vacation. And the last one we took, it was a good time. Other than the car rides, I think we should start flying. That'd be better.
I agree. Okay, and so anything you would want to say to your dad for his birthday, or just anything?
Happy birthday, old man. I don't know how to thank you enough for all the things you've done for me. And I know sometimes I don't act like I appreciate it, but I appreciate everything you do for me. And I love you.
my job.